We have some very firm indications now that British Home Secretary Suella Braverman is now distancing herself from some of her earlier observations against the free trade agreement being negotiated between India and Britain, and that she is now fully supportive of it. This is after her earlier comments appeared to throw the negotiations into some sort of disarray. She has now emphasized to Lord Rami Ranger, a senior Conservative Party leader and a member of the House of Lords, that she is backing the FTA fully.
That she categorically assured me that she is fully behind the UK-India free trade agreement, which will be the mother of all free trade agreement between the number fifth or the sixth world economies. And I must put it on record that the free trade agreement will be much more in favor of Britain than in India, because India is offering them 1.4 people, a market of 1.4 billion people, and the economy which is going 6 to 7%. You can take that from me as a Lord of the British House of Lords, that she has categorically assured me that she is in favor of the United Kingdom UK free trade agreement, and she will do her best to support it.
That agreement on freer movement of professionals from India to Britain has been a strong demand of the Indian government, and it is integral to the draft now in its final stages of completion. Any thoughts that Braverman had on that is not now about to take that element out of the deal to then arrive at some sort of a fractional agreement in its place.
When you support an agreement, you cannot do bits and pieces of agreement. She will support in its entirety, but Britain needs skilled people. They will be on a point system. We will be taking migrant, which this country requires. High achiever or highly qualified people will be required, and without the immigrants, our national health is in crisis. We need people from in the medical NHS to support the NHS, medical, pharmaceutical, IT, industries, all these captains of industries.
In a rather obvious change, he seems now to have taken the view that Britain both needs and wants more Indian professionals to move to Britain.
She has accepted that the immigrant coming from India will be an asset to Britain, and they will in fact grow the economy, which is now at the moment very stagnant.
So what did she say earlier that has now changed? She had said in remarks to The Spectator that the largest group of people who overstay are Indian migrants. She said an agreement had been reached with the Indian government last year for it to take back some of these overstayers, but that agreement has not necessarily worked very well, which is really to fault India for not taking back these people. But she did not stop there. She said she has concerns about an open borders migration policy with India, because that's not what people voted for in Brexit. So she was talking about a continuing issue and not just overstayers. This now seems completely at variance with what the government seems to believe. The government has taken a position that overrides her earlier comments. It has said very firmly that it wants the FTA to go ahead. This, of course, would be the big prize for Liz Truss, and she can do with some big prizes to show at the moment. A spokesperson for the Prime Minister has said that Britain is still pushing for a deal as early as Diwali, so that Britain would like to stay on course for that very ambitious target.